Some thoughts on value. Firms create value by exploiting core competencies and meeting the standards with global competition. Value is measured by the product's performance and by its attributes for which customers are willing to pay. Firms must provide value to customers that is superior to the value provided by competitors in order to create competitive advantage. Customers perceive higher value in global rather than domestically only brands. Firms create value by innovatively bundling and leveraging their resources and capabilities. Ultimately, value is the foundation for earning above average profits. Core competencies combined with product market positions are the most important sources of advantage. And lastly, the core competencies of a firm, in addition to analysis of its general industry and competitive environments, should drive its selection of strategies. Correctly identifying, developing, deploying, and protecting firm resources, capabilities, and core competencies requires managers to make difficult decisions. In part, these challenges are a result of characteristics of both the internal and external environments of the firm. This challenge is multiplied because of three conditions that characterize important strategic decisions: uncertainty, complexity, and intra-organizational conflict. The conditions or decision characteristics presented in Figure 3.2 are uncertainty regarding the assessment of the general and industry environments, assessments and predictability of competitive actions and customer preferences. Strategic leaders need to be aware of how biases affect decisions about how to cope with uncertainty and how to manage resources and capabilities to form core competencies. Complexity regarding the nature of any interrelatedness of the cause of change in the environment and how the environments are perceived, especially regarding decisions as to which of the firm's resources and capabilities might serve as the foundation for competitive advantage. Interorganizational conflicts among managers making decisions about which core competencies are to be nurtured and about how the nurturing should take place. Uncertainty is present because of the inherent difficulty in identifying, assessing, and predicting changes in trends and characteristics of the external environment. Among these characteristics are correctly predicting the extent, direction, and timing of changes in the general environment, such as those resulting from societal values, political and economic conditions, customer preferences, and emerging technologies from other industries. Complexity is increased because of the uncertain nature of interrelationships among the characteristics of the external environment and the related challenge regarding how to assess the effects of changes in one set of characteristics on other characteristics. The issue becomes more complex when managers must relate the complex external environment to their assessment of the firm's internal environment, thus affects decisions regarding the firm's resources, capabilities, and core competencies, and the relationship to opportunities in the external environment that can be exploited successfully to achieve a competitive advantage. Interorganizational conflicts often develop as a result of uncertainty and complexity. When managers make decisions regarding the identification of the firm's capabilities and choose to nurture them to develop core competencies that can be exploited to achieve a competitive advantage, they must make these important decisions without absolute certainty that the decision is correct. And such decisions may result in changes or shifts in power or interrelationships among individuals and groups within the firm. When this occurs, there may be conflict as those who are affected adversely or perceive they will be so affected may resist the changes. In some cases, managers faced with decisions that may have unpleasant consequences or are uncomfortable often experience denial, an unconscious coping mechanism used to block out and not initiate major changes that may have some pain associated with them. Thus, managers that must make decisions under conditions of uncertainty and complexity and inter-organizational conflict must exercise judgment, a capacity for making a successful decision in a timely manner when no correct model is available or when relevant data are unreliable or incomplete. When exercising judgment, decision makers often take intelligent risks. In the current competitive landscape, executive judgment can be a particularly important source of competitive advantage. One reason is that over time, effective judgment allows a firm to build a strong reputation and retain the loyalty of stakeholders whose support is linked to above-average returns. Significant changes in the value-creating potential of a firm's resources and capabilities can occur in a rapidly changing global economy. Because these changes affect a company's power and social structure, inertial resistance to change may surface. Even though these reactions may happen, decision makers should not deny the changes needed to assure the firm's strategic competitiveness. By denying the need for change, difficult experiences can be avoided in the short run.